Darth Vader is in great demand of answers. After failing to learn anything substantial from his last confrontation with Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Sith finally brings Leia Organa to the world of Mustafar, the very planet where his greatest suffering emanates. On board his Star Destroyer, he watches from the bridge as Tatooine leaves view, and the starship points towards the fiery world. His mind wanders to the princess, and it beckons to speak with the girl. All this time, she has sat wondering what's happening, not having a single clue to what was discovered about her. Vader has Leia locked away in a room, and all the princess sees is the menacing figure approach. There's something far more different this time than it was on Tantive 4 some days earlier. She can feel a great pain coming from him, and she can't explain why or how she feels this. Vader's words immediately grasp at her, pulling her back into the moment.
Leia Organa, the adopted daughter of Viceroy Bail Organa and Queen Briha Organa of Alderaan.
Leia congratulated Vader on his knowledge of public information, stating the entire galaxy knew that much. Vader didn't pay the snark comment any mind, continuing on with his words.
In your life, have you seen your real mother?
It was then that Leia had something click. She thought she was brought here because she was considered a high-level prisoner, given her relation to the Rebel Alliance. However, that just wasn't the case. She was never asked about the Death Star plans, nor was anyone in a rush to find out the location of the secret Rebel base. Her attitude was a mesh between assertive and annoyed as she grew tired of answering questions pertaining to her real mother. She told the Dark Lord that she had only seen glimpses of her birth mother at a very young age, nothing more. Vader stood in thought before he finally spoke once more.
I am taking you to the world of Mustafar. Once you are there, you will know the truth.
Vader exited, leaving Leia asking more questions as to what was happening. She had never even heard of Mustafar, let alone could she begin to put together why she was being brought there. Did this have something to do with her birth mother, or even her birth family as a whole? Were they all there on the world of Mustafar? Either way, she had to do something. Leia took note of the security that watched her cell. She counted at least 3 or 4 stormtroopers watching the perimeter, and she knew that she wasn't going to get off the destroyer. But she needed to get word out to the rebellion, so she hatched a plan. It was on the world of Yavin 4. The rebellion now found itself in a whole new phase of action. Ships were being fueled, fighters were being loaded, and capital ships were being prepped. Bail Organa's plan had set forth a new drive within the Alliance to find the princess. Everyone knew that a battle was going to take place. The only questions that remained were where and when. Bail hoped to the force that both those questions would be answered. The Alliance operators worked around the clock, monitoring Imperial transmissions, trying their best to find out where Leia had been taken. But it was dead end after dead end. General Hera Syndulla oversaw numerous scouting missions, trying their best to piece a puzzle from Imperial travelways, and it was more of the same. We'll need nothing short of a miracle to find Leia. Bail once again confined in Mon Mothma, who asked if Briha, Bail's wife, had been informed of Leia's capture. She knows that Leia is missing, but we haven't told her that she's been captured. I feel she'd be more calm if she is led to believe that Leia is missing somewhere out in the galaxy rather than staring down an Imperial interrogator. It was then that something caught the attention of everyone. A transmission came up using the same encrypted channel as Fulcrum, and everyone was shocked to hear the voice that came through. It was Leia Organa, and she was only able to send a one-sided message that she prayed someone was listening to.
This is Leia Organa. If anyone is listening, I'm being held prisoner on Vader's Star Destroyer. It is headed for a planet named Mustafar. Be prepared for heavy resistance.
Leia was taking a huge risk sending the message out. She snuck her way to the nearest communication console, but not before taking a few stormtroopers out of commission. Her actions didn't come without consequences, as the entire ship was alerted to her potential escape, and she now found herself racing against time to send that very message. Imperial officers sent word to Vader of what was occurring, and he only gave one order.
All blasters are to be set to stun, Commander. She cannot be killed.
What's Lord Vader? She's already taken out.
No exceptions will be made. If she dies, you'll be next.
With the chilling threats of Lord Vader on the back of every trooper's mind, all blasters were set to stun, and Leia was contained and placed back in her cell, this time with even more security. But no one knew that she had already achieved her plan. The rebellion now knew about Mustafar. Bail Organa felt a weight lift off of his shoulders, but knew the pressure was only mounting. Leia did say to expect resistance, and he can only imagine what was waiting on the world of Mustafar. He had heard of the planet once before, years ago, from Obi-Wan Kenobi. He knew that this was where the Jedi last encountered Anakin Skywalker, and he can only guess why Vader was at the world. But right now, that wasn't of importance. What was important was getting his daughter back.